We have a couple interesting things we're going to talk about today. In today's video, we're going to talk about yesterday and today and kind of two very different days and kind of what happened. So
Ground ball
specifically,
headed
we
to
looked at the
second base.
market,
Ha-Sun Kim
especially
will
our
fire to
portfolio,
first.
and you see
For
this
the
is
out that
basically
ends
the
the
weekend.
inning.
Nothing really
But
happened
a run
too
for the
much.
Rockies back on top,
Moderate
4-3.
volatility, and then we went down from about 203 to, let's call it this one right there, 195, about 4% drop. And mainly it was because we were looking, this was yesterday, we were looking at a Fed meeting. So if you ever seen the movie Trading Places, well, if you haven't, you watch the end of that movie and you get a sense on kind of how the importance of the Federal Reserve Chairman speaking live. So anyway, the market was kind of hedging its bet a little bit. You see it's pretty much, if you look at the numbers right up here, pretty much dead even, dead even, dead even. And then as the Fed gave their meeting today, it went up and then down and up. And then you can watch it yourself, but basically the overall sense of the meeting was, the question is, where are they going to move rates? And what's their philosophical viewpoint going to be? And so one of the things they said is they were going to keep rates low, 0% to 0.25%. They said that they were going to continue tapering, which or not tapering, they were continue buying aggressively, which is basically quantitative easing, which is a nice way of just saying printing free money. And so that's kind of why it went up. Then it went down because he had talked about the fact that, there was questions. He was talking about supply chain. I mean, it's kind of boring unless you're totally into it, but he was talking about supply chain problems and timelines and things like that. And so the market got a little worried. And then he reiterated back that, look, we're going to continue to support the market. The rates are going to be low. They're mainly talking about the interbank lending rate, not the 10-year Treasury rate, but they're kind of intermixed. So as soon as he started reiterating that again, the market went up again. So
4-3,
that's kind of what went up today. So if you had a chance to buy when it went down, had any limit buys, then definitely it was worth
Charlie
it.
Blackmon is the
We're
last
gonna talk about
Rocky to
that
hit
in a
for the
little bit.
cycle at Coors Field.
Two other things
Last
we're going to talk
opponent.
about before we hit the
The
portfolio.
cycle at Coors was A. Will Myers,
Again,
B.
I
Christian
love it when I'm
Yelich,
ahead of
C.
Kathy
Mookie Betts,
Wood.
or D.
For
Trey
those who don't
Turner.
know who Kathy Wood is, she is kind of the
Enter
new
our
Warren
Valley View
Buffett.
Trivia Sweepstakes.
Warren
Tweet your
Buffett's
answer to
always
Valley
been
View
one of these
Trivia
people that
question
when you
at
invest in something,
Sports
you listen,
SD,
you
and
follow
include
his
the hashtag Valley View
follow his
Trivia.
advice, and you make
Winner will be
money.
announced in next
He's kind of
Saturday's
the
postgame
guru.
show.
Well,
Visit
he missed COVID
BallySports.com
big time.
for full rules
He
and
sold all
details.
his airline stocks
Who you
last
got, Donnie?
March when they hit the bottom, which was really
I
stupid.
heard you say
At the
something
time, I
about Trey
didn't know why he
Turner
was doing
earlier,
it.
That's
so
my
you,
guess.
I
you
thought,
may
hey, he's
know
Warren
something,
Buffett.
but I'm
Maybe he
going to
knows
stick
something
with
that
Will
I don't
Myers.
It's
know.
just a guess.
Kathy
I'm gonna
Wood
go
is
Will.
kind of the
What do you
new
think
Warren
about Sunday?
Buffett. She's
Well, I don't know. I
really,
think
she
you
has a
may know
hedge fund in
something,
New
which
York,
would be rare,
and she's been crushing it the
possible.
last couple of years. So a while back, she had picked up a couple stocks that I had
Rivas
mentioned way
leading it off
earlier.
here for the Friars
And
in the
again,
fourth.
she does
This
it
may be
again.
one of
So
those
maybe she's
games,
watching
so,
this
hunker
video,
down.
and I'm helping her out.
Buckle
If
up.
so, you need to hit
So
me
in
up,
that
Kathy.
inning, the
Put a
third inning,
comment
Kyle
in
Freeland
the
threw
video.
37 pitches. Blake Snell 25.
Anyway, so she bought $42 million. It sounds like a lot, but
Starters
for her and
having
what
to
she does,
work very
$42 million is
in
like
the third,
what we
Padres
find
scored 3
in between
runs
couch
against
cushions.
Freeland.
But she bought
Rockies got
$42
one
million
off
in
Snell
DraftKings on
and
a
have the
dip
lead
from a
back
short
again.
seller report. So
So we
basically,
venture into the fourth inning.
A lot of deep
they don't
counts.
show the whole things
These
here, but
hitters
basically one
seeing
of
a
these
lot of
analysts,
pitches.
Hindenburg Research, which is a known, if you don't know who Hindenburg Research is a known short
Strike
seller.
called.
They are the bad news. They're the
so he was
the
headed
world's
to
going
first
to
base.
end
Gets bad news
type of
from
analysts
Kyle
out there.
calling the balls and strikes today
And whether
for
it's
the
for their own
umpires.
ends that, they basically put out bad news, people sell the stock, and they already are short of the stock, and so they make money.
That is definitely
Whatever
ball
they're doing,
4.
if they put a short thing on
Second
there,
walk
she
allowed
knows
by
who
Freeland.
Hindenburg
That's pretty
Research
much
is.
the
If I
last
know who
thing Bud Black
Hindenburg
wanted to
Research
see
is,
from
they
him
do as
after
well.
getting the lead back.
And by the way,
again,
Hindenburg,
walked the leadoff
if you
hitter,
know
the
the
number 8
name of
man,
it, just to
lead off the
echo
fourth
kind
inning.
of where it's from, Hindenburg was the big blimp that in
Second walk
somewhere in
allowed by
1930s
Got to get him
blew
over
up
right
over
here.
New Jersey.
Blake
It
Snell.
came over from Germany, Hindenburg. It was Hitler's balloon.
First base
Hitler's
side.
blimp, and it was landing in New Jersey.
Fuente's
Caught
crashing
on
at
fire.
third.
It was made of it was filled with hydrogen. They don't do that anymore, and it
Strike
lit on
one.
fire.
Snell
And
doesn't
basically
like that. He doesn't
crashed.
like any
it
of
was
the
terrible.
strike
So
zone.
the Hindenburg
Of,
Research, they're
Tom
dedicating
McGrady
their
today,
analysts
whether
to
he's
finding
pitching or
companies
hitting.
that they
I mean,
think are going
regardless
to
of who the
tank
pitcher is out there,
and
the strike
explode
zone
and
has been.
implode. And so they put on a negative report
word I'm
on
looking for?
DraftKings, which
Interesting.
I think is stupid because they're the absolute leader when it comes to online gaming. Kathy Wood said, "Fine, you put out that report. the price dropped, I will
Not the
buy
best
that in a
attempt right
heartbeat.
there, kinda
So
poking
here's
at
why
it.
she's
Opening
smart.
up big time
She
with his
realizes
body,
there's
poking
people
at
that are
it,
really
rather than
stupid.
squaring
They
up,
sold
keeping that
money
level.
on it, or you have
Playing catch with
high-frequency
the bat.
traders where it's computerized and automatically sold stocks, and she figured she's going to get a discount.
barrel of the bat is
So
the
she's
glove.
walking
Catch
into
it nice and easy. Let the ball
New
hit
York
that
Stock
bat and
Exchange or NASDAQ. I'm not
dead
sure which one it's
perfectly on
on.
the grass.
Basically said, hey, I'll take a discount on this stock. They said, here you go. And she bought $42 million. So she's going to make a lot of money on that. That being said,
Strikes out.
the
for
stuff
the
that she
first out of
deals
the
with
fourth
are
inning.
not M's, they're B's, they're billions. So
Third K for
the
Freeland
other
of the
thing
day.
that came up this week, which
Able
I
to
thought
get
was
that
kind of
runner
cool,
along.
Yeah, not
and
the
it
technique
definitely
you
made
want
me a lot
on a
more
sacrifice.
optimistic that maybe I have some other really awesome gems in my portfolio, is there were two different new stocks the Wall Street Bets crowd has been talking about the last week, where there's been a lot of interest and basically a lot of buying to counter the shorts that are out there. One is clean energy fuels. Actually, there was another one. Clean energy fuels. Wish was another one we talked about. But then they added Corsair Gaming, which I thought was really interesting. I'm like, all right, cool. They're mentioning, I don't think I've ever heard anybody talk about Corsair Gaming on TV. And Corsair Gaming, it says a new Wall Street Bets favorite. Of course, if you've been watching my podcast for a long time, you
Down by the
understand
shoe
it's one of
tops
my
of ball,
favorites. I
2-0.
bought it a long time ago. And I'm not going to get into all the reasons on it, but basically, they're set up. They're a video game company. They do more of hardware and kind of the chip maker end of video games, and they're placed amazingly. So I'm not going to go into all the reasons why I ended up buying it, but I bought it a while ago, and I thought it was an absolute no-brainer. But it's been shorted a lot, and it's been sitting in the red for me for a lot. Not a lot, probably 5 to 10%.
Out there.
And the Wall Street Bets crowd, they figured it out. They figured out what's going on.
Fernando
and they
Tatis Jr. is coming up, and it's time for the Callaway long ball. Longest home run of Fernando's career.
And so I don't
in the
mean
third
pumping
inning,
pump and dump, but really talk about
477
how this
feet.
stock could really
Exit
jump
velo
up.
113.
So you can imagine my excitement when I
1
turn
miles
on
per
the news
hour
and
and
I see
26
that.
degrees the
So
launch
that's
angle.
a beautiful thing. So
Oh, yeah.
Corsair
Everything
Gaming,
was
as
perfect
a
on
result,
that
we'll pull that
swing,
up here real
the
quick.
location
and then
of
we'll
the
get to
pitch.
our
How about the
portfolio.
MLB leaders, Donnie?
Yeah, Vladimir Guerrero
Corsair
Jr.
Gaming, as soon as it came up
Majors
on
with
the Wall
22
Street
for the
Bets
Blue
group.
Jays. Then
Let's go to the
Fernando.
last week. I think it's the
Shohei
last
Ohtani.
week. Yep, so it was sitting here around $31, $31.50.
As that's
And
going to miss
then
for
the
a
Wall
ball.
Street Bets crowd took it up to about $42, and it's come down a little bit. But the one thing that I've learned about the Wall Street Bets stocks, when they have those meme stocks, is they go up, they go down, and then they are going to go up again. So think of like COVID as a first wave. COVID will have a bigger second
For the
wave.
last
So
couple
there's
of innings
no
while he was
way
worked, there has
I'm
been
selling this. I
action
used to
in
have
the
a
pen.
$40 limit
Jolice
sell on this just so I can make some money and move on. But once I go to Wall Street Bets, I took that off immediately.
Take
But
ball
again, if
2,
you
2-0.
watch the video that I have, gosh, maybe a couple weeks ago, where I talked about AMC, and I was really just kind of pissed at myself for
Almonte
selling it
up in the
early.
pen
I
right
did
now
make a
for the
lot of
Rocks.
money on it, but I could have made an obscene amount of money on it if I just held it. I said, there's no way. You mentioned it as a meme stock. I am holding this sucker. I'm doing diamond hands
First
on
base.
this one. So,
And 1 for 2 of the home run
I don't
we
have
just
any
showed
sell
you.
on this, and we're going to just ride this and see how far it goes. All right, so let's go to the portfolio.
That's
the last
probably one
couple
of the,
days, we'll talk
sharpest
about some
breaking
movement that we
balls,
have. Number
slider
one,
from Freeland we've
Cinemark,
seen this
which
afternoon.
we'll take a look at here. Let that one load up. Cinemark is an AMC rival, and again, the big play on this one is that movies are coming out. There's a ton of blockbusters, many of which were supposed to come out last year, but they're all coming out this year. And you have a demand shock. People want to get out. People want to get back to normal. People want to go back and just experience their old lives again. And then you combine that with mega movies that are coming out, and you're going to see a ton of revenue. Man, the second and third quarter numbers for these movie companies are going to be insane. So, with that being said, I had an order at 21.
Held on at first by
21.75.
Fielder Garrett Hampson
and
over
it was
towards
sitting
the
up here
left
at
center.
24. Didn't think it would ever hit, and then it got down to, where was it at here? We can go to the last week because it was just where I purchased it. Got down to 21.57 or 59 rather. I had it at 21.75. Bought it there. And immediately jumped back up, so it was a very well-priced and well-timed limit buy. So
brought
we
that
had
slider
that go
in just a little bit more, hoping for the swing and miss.
The other
over the
thing
top of it. Not the
is
case.
the market was kind of acting crazy, so for the time being, one of the things I did
Shocker, 3-2
was I
count?
put a cancel on this limit buy for future
Next
fintech,
pitch
mainly
the
because I just wanted to leave myself some optionality. Optionality meaning I want to be able to go in and take a really fresh look, take my time, take a really fresh look and see what I want to buy, and not have this one automatically trigger if the market just goes down real quick.
Line to left field, and that's going to get down.
The other one that we're looking
Pham's going to run the bases. He's being waved around third, headed home.
Fuel cell
throw home, there'll be none, and the Padres have tied it up.
Battery makers and
Fernando
kind of
Tatis Jr. driving in the run. Tied up 4-4.
41% down.
Kind of an awkward slide.
I basically have a cost basis of $15.80, meaning it's the price I paid for it.
The news of the hour is that this pitch is hit by Fernando. There's
still
the slider.
32 down.
Right over the heart of the plate, keeps it fair.
Both of these. So I haven't really made up my mind yet, so I put this up here just to remind myself that.
Now with 2 outs, Tommy Pham is off and running from
with
first
that being
base.
said, we'll take a look at movement over the last day and on the last couple days.
Big wide turnaround second.
Today there wasn't a lot of. It wasn't a big movement on any given stock. The biggest
mover
was AHT positive at 6 2/3. The biggest laggard was AINC at 7.87.
When he hit the dirt initially.
So with that being said, there's no real movement. When there's no real movement, I'm not buying anything. And then we have these ordered by biggest drop, and so I have these ordered here like this. So I take a look and see if anything's in the red.
Have tied it up.
1%, 3%, 6%,
for the second time in this game.
The pen's a break even right here. There's no reason to buy. So today we're not going to do anything on that side. But we do want to take a look at macro. So the last couple days,
walked in the first,
GMC
single to center in the third. Chance here to put the Padres on top.
Is down 25%.
They down to the visiting half of the fourth inning.
Fuel cell and skills were down 24 and 15.
Bounces in, and Tatis will stay at second base. Quickly corralled by Diaz.
I have that right there. So we'll take a look at that. We'll see. We'll probably put in a buy for that. It's sitting here at 9.18. Maybe we'll put a buy at like 8.75 or something. A price where if the market, if it goes down real quick, then we'll buy it. And if it doesn't hit that number, so be it. I'll either, it'll either stay the same or it'll go up and I'll, reduce that number down a little bit. So, and skills, we'll take a look. Part of it is
line the other way to the gap in right center field. That'll one hop the wall. Here comes Fernando around. He'll score.
And then skills, I have 8,000.
As the Padres take the 5-4 lead against Kyle Freeland in the fourth inning.
Squeeze on fuel cell. And
third time Manny's been on his second hit as he drives in the go-ahead run.
We're going to wait and see kind of when that happens. All right. So overall holdings. We are
some comfortable at-bats. This one once again right down the middle.
Just short of 200,000. So we'll get over to the portfolio, and I just did this right after the market closed.
Fernando scampers home.
Yeah, 189.
You should go harder though because there's a play at second base,
it's around the same amount.
That's why he did.
We're sitting here just short of 500% gain.
You got to score. You got to hustle in.
That's going to do it for Freeland after 83 pitches.
Other than that, a lot of the ones that are in the red are small
lead.
amounts. 3, less than 1, 1. 6, 1, 2, 7. These are going to be in the black pretty soon. Skills is at 13. That'll be up pretty soon. Penn National Gaming. I'm not really counting on this moving a lot until football season starts. And then when football season starts, and whether it's college or pro, you're going to see this sucker jump. So that's why I have 16 grand on it. I definitely believe in it. And then Fubo, Future FinTech, and Fuel Cell. Those are kind of the 3 reds, as I like to call them. We'll put a buy in them as we see fit. But Fubo, we're sitting here at 12. We're good with that. That's going to pop at some point. We're going to wait on that. So overall, that's kind of where we are. Not a whole lot going on right now. It's a summer. You won't really see a whole lot. Earnings season just kind of finished up, so there's not a whole lot going on there. But what I will say this is find a stock that you want to buy. I particularly like kind of watching these by seeing who drops the most. If you haven't used the spreadsheet, there's a link inside the video where you can actually go and download the spreadsheet that I use and adapt it to what you want to do. But it allows me to see kind of perspective and what stocks to buy and what stocks not to buy. So with that being said, if you have any questions, put it in the video. I was going to say that if you want a link to a free 3 Robinhood stocks, I was going to put that in the video, but I'm still a little burnt from what they did to the Wall Street Bets people earlier this year. So no link for you.
Valley Sports presents Padres
Baseball,
brought to you by
really important
your San Diego County Toyota dealers.
Account yet. send me a
Circa
message
Resort and
and
Casino.
do it directly, but I'm not broadly advertising.
And by Jerome's Furniture. Catch a Padres action from Jerome's best seat of the house.
To get more information on the sales cheat code, go ahead and click on the subscribe button below. Also, down below in the video description, down there, there's a link that takes you to our website that gives you additional content, some additional freebies that we have, and gives you information on some programs that we have that have been proven to help people to make sales easy so that you can make the kind of money you want, live the lifestyle that you've always wanted, and not have to struggle in the process. And what might be the coolest thing of all is you don't have to put much effort into it. It truly is a cheat code that most people don't know about. And it's a cheat code that can change your life today. So click on the link below and let me help you start to experience these results starting right now.